Hello, viewers, and welcome to another interesting episode of Newspaper Review here on TAF TV for today, the 14th day of December 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and as you can see, I have two guests here with me today on the program. By my left is Natasha Brown, and by my right is Mr. Victor Sioku. You're very much welcome. You're very much welcome,
Thank
Natasha.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and today we'll be starting first by looking at the Daily Sun newspaper, where we have some interesting headlines. On page 6, we have Atiku, Tinubu outdo each other on security, economic plans. Atiku, Tinubu outdo each other on security, economic plans. Court dismisses certificate forgery. Court dismisses certificate forgery suit against APC candidates. Okay, that's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. On page 26, we have PDP mocks APC over candidates Chatham housing outing. PDP mocks APC over candidates Chatham housing outing. Okay, that's on page 26 of the Daily Sun. On page 28, we have I don't have political axe to grind with Atiku. Wike is saying on page 28, I don't have political axe to grind with Atiku. That's according to Wike on page 28. On page 4, we have Customs raises the alarm over use of government number plates for smuggling of vehicles. Get all the details on that headline on page 4 of the Daily Sun. On page 20, we have how we succeeded in arresting oil theft. That's according to Wunti NUIS box. That's on page 20. On page 2, we have NNPC earmarks 1.6 trillion naira to fix roads under tax credit scheme. NNPC earmarks 1.6 trillion naira to fix roads under tax credit scheme. That's on page 2. On page 4, we have 2023 polls. IGP meets with heads of security agencies. That's on page 4. On page 25, CBN, BPE, banks now run discourse. CBN, BPE, banks now run discourse. That's on page 25. And lastly, in Daily Sun, we have on page 26, your sit-at-home order will continue to flop. IPOB mocks ECMA. Your sit-at-home order will continue to flop. IPOB mocks ECMA. That's on page 26 of the Daily Sun. All right, that's the much we can take in the Daily Sun for today. You want more details on these headlines? Get a copy of the Daily Sun newspaper for yourself. Miss Natasha Brown, which of these headlines would you like to react to?
Okay, so primarily it's about the PDP mocking the APC presidential candidate over his, Chatham House outing. It is for, well, all Nigerians have literally mocked him, because first of all, you refuse to grant local media any form of interview up until he got into the international space to do that, which, well, whatever his reason for that was. And then secondly, even if you did watch the whole interview process, the part where he had to get secondary people to speak on certain questions that were asked him, even some skits were made about it, so at the end of the day, mocking the presidential candidate, well, it's not unwelcomed or is not far-fetched,
New.
yes, because honestly it wasn't what we expected it to be, to a large extent, compared with the BBC news interview. But at the end of the day, PDP almost has no right to do that, because even their own presidential candidates, all his interviews so far has been doctored, edited.
Okay.
We've not seen him speak live.
Okay.
So it's almost like you're mocking the pot when you're the kettle. I don't think they have any jurisdiction for that, but still I think the APC needs to take a cue from this. Nigerians are expecting better. We're not at that point in time where you should spoon feed us with minimalistic and expect us to clap for you. So, well, they mocking him. It's not far-fetched. That's what I think.
Mr. Victor, please react to this, please. How would you react to this?
I think the mocking is way too much right now, if you ask me. Okay, yeah.
But it's nothing new, right?
No, it's no longer new. Why am I saying this? Because it's more like a clout
Chasing?
the true person of Tinubu, his character, what he has inside. I think we should, as Nigerians, also give him that space to talk, okay? Because you find that in any interview that he has or any public outing that he goes, people just try a way to squeeze out
Give him the
some
space
elements
to talk.
of mockery from him.
Sorry, when you say give him the space to talk, it sounds like he's not been given, the audience to
No,
do
let's
so.
really hear him out, because even at the end of the day, like the Chatham Heart, if you find out the details of what they
Talked about.
are not there in public. In fact, we are not discussing all that. We are just fully pushed to the side of sentiments right now. Okay, we should also dig deep. In as much as, yes, we can make fun of our candidates, okay, but we should also know that this is not a child's play.
Okay.
Nigeria is going through a lot that we should just not just be making skits all over the place because of Tinubu's candidate. I think he should be given the space to be listened to, okay. And another thing, just like Natasha said, we also need to Tinubu, his campaign team, they need to come out more for Nigerians. Let's also
do more.
Yes,
Thank you.
They should stop the fight on media, like what just happened recently with Arise Media and this day. It's enough is enough on that side. Okay, they should come out, because over the years, why I am fully against the current regime of President Buhari is that he's usually not there for us. Okay, when you call him out, man, it might take a year before he answers you.
It's a privilege to hear from him.
So if they are using this same, mind you, these guys are in the same party. So that they are using same tactics that Buhari used.
And let's not forget, these are supposed to be public servants. It's supposed to be serving us, the citizens.
100.
So how come we are not the ones begging for their attention?
So you see why it's not far-fetched to see this mockery played on. Now, I understand that Victor is saying that, we shouldn't turn everything to skits and comedy. But unfortunately, when you prop your candidate to look like a comedian, what are we supposed to do? Take him serious?
Yeah.
You prop him up to be like a comedian.
You have a point.
Consistently in our local media, in all of the campaign rallies we've seen him conduct, he has never spoken coherently. And all of a sudden, so even the local media will be saying, okay, come speak to us. There's been the town hall debates, the town hall meeting, and all of that. He has never shown up for any. So instead, he would send his VP, and now you go to Chatham House and then you do an interview, which obviously, for me not to be partisan or to be biased, he made some sense.
Okay.
Right, but on the larger crop of things, we're already biased toward him because there are a lot of things that his PRO people are not doing for him, that is not working for him. So like Victor rightly said, they should do better.
Due to his previous outings, right?
But I think he also did well in the UK. I don't know. I might
the BBC interview?
Yes, the BBC.
No, now that one is a different ballgame. That one, for the first time, I'm seeing him speak coherently and speak sensibly. I'm like, okay. So does it mean that you've been joking prior to now?
Okay.
Because prior to that BBC interview, nobody has ever been impressed with Tinubu's interviews. But I see him, he's not snooping, slopping to the left nor to the right. He's coherent, he's focused. Even though they say it's doctored, it's edited. I don't understand how, the camera angles and all of that. But I was impressed with it, even though I'll still stand by what I said earlier in one of the interviews. I felt slightly insulted when he almost compared himself to Warren Buffett. I think that's far-reaching. Don't do that.
Personally, I don't think that interview was doctored. See, at the end of the day, BBC is bigger than Tinubu. I don't think that they will want to throw their professionalism on the line because of what? Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Okay.
No, that doesn't count.
All right, let's not sleep on that topic. Let's go further now to more details and, of course, other newspapers. We will be looking now at the Guardian newspaper, and interesting headlines here. This one says 2023, you will be disappointed. INEC for once PVC buying politicians. 2023, you will be disappointed. INEC for once PVC buying politicians. Okay, and on page 6 in the Guardian, we have Buhari, 44 other leaders to extract deals as U.S. as US-Africa summit begins. Buhari, 44 other leaders to extract deals as US-Africa summit begins. Okay, all details of that headline is on page 6 of The Guardian. And on page 28 we have why we are studying Rwandan model to curb insurgency by Borno government. Why we are studying Rwandan model to curb insurgency by Borno government. Okay, that's on page 28. On page 3, we have here why core investors, management of discourse were sacked by FG. Why core investors, management of discourse were sacked by federal government. That's on page 3 of The Guardian. On page 27, we have youths. Youths fear job loss. Youths fear job loss. Protest planned closure of Chevron logistics based at Onne. That's on page 27. On page 3, we have PDP apologizes to international community over Tinubu's Chatham housing outing. PDP apologizes to international community over Tinubu's Chatham housing outing. Okay, that's on page 3. On page 27, no political axe to grind with Atiku, says Wike. No political axe to grind with Atiku, says Wike. All right, that's the much we can take in The Guardian for today. Ms. Natasha Brown, I'll start with you again. You will be disappointed. INEC for one PVC buying politicians. How do you react to this?
Oh my God, I hope they are disappointed. I hope.
We hope we are disappointed.
You know how even President Buhari has been saying that he will try as much as possible to ensure that he delivers a free and fair election. We are like, if that's the only thing you do for us, we are grateful.
Okay.
And now that, you know, INEC is also on this role, on this part, saying that, oh, if you're thinking that you're going to be buying PVCs and all of that, you'll be disappointed. So definitely it's something that I'm excited about if it indeed happens.
You're looking forward to it.
Yes. And then thankfully we've been seeing certain measures put in place. CBN has come out to say, oh, they reprinted or redesigned money because, you know, to curb vote buying.
Okay.
You know, they've also put limits to how much you can withdraw. Okay. Because obviously for you to be able to do some bribery, like at large
money, yeah,
you know, so they're saying that they're putting those clauses or those policies to curb it. Well, superficially it looks like they all look like good plans, and then even with the electronic transfer of voting and all that. So I'm excited about 2023 election. So far they're giving me something to look forward to. I just really do hope that it is what they say will be. Okay. Like right now we see, I don't know if you've seen videos of how massive the crowds are waiting to collect their PVC.
Yeah.
It excites me.
For the first time in a long while.
So the least they can do to us or do for us is give us that enabling environment to just go and freely vote. And not have all this crooked parts, you know, try to mess up what we've already done, such as, you know, buying PVCs. And this also goes out to us Nigerians.
Okay.
We are crying out that we want change, that we want something good next year come 2023. This is not the time for people to be looking out for their bellies. Okay. It's not time for you to be saying, oh, what am I going to do now? There's inflation. I need to buy chicken. I need to buy turkey for Christmas. No. Futuristically, I mean, for the longest time, 8 years, it has been a lull. It has been dark in Nigeria. I mean, suicide rate has been on the increase. The span of 8 years. Retrenchment, unemployment, COVID happened, it wasn't our fault anyway, but inflation, economic recession, it has been a lot. Jackpot movement. So this is not the time to be thinking about just you and your family and just the immediate. You're looking at 4 years to come. What do you want to see? So please, if you are looking at collecting some small 20,000, 5,000, that cannot be equated for 4 years of your life.
Exactly. Mr. Victor, please say something about this.
There's a big issue.
INEC.
There's a big issue.
Disappointed to politicians who are intending to buy PVCs, buy votes.
See, there are many tactics to this. I might just mention a few, but yeah, I'm not trying to give them some tactics to go about this. Okay, so what is happening? If you check out, you find out that in some communities out there, there are some forms going around for empowerment. Okay, and details of the form. Details of the form will ask you for your BVN. They will ask you for your national identity number. He will also ask you whether you have a PVC or not. So he asked me, when you add up these details together,
what's the motive?
Come on, empowerment. You're asking me for PVC. So if I don't have a PVC, you can't empower me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these are taxes that these guys are using.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
They are now collecting. In fact, if you are a data collecting company right now,
you'll make a lot of money.
Yeah, to make some money right now. Okay.
So what are you insinuating?
I mean, INEC, they are just making mouth as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
These guys.
Think it's a bluff?
These guys are. Oh, come on. This is Nigeria.
Okay.
If you like I told you the other time, if you like, lock a Nigerian inside a house.
Okay.
Okay? The doors are locked, right?
So are you
find a way through
are
the
you
window.
saying the credibility of INEC has been totally tarnished?
Not totally tarnished. They are doing their bits, but they cannot do it alone. What about the main day, the D-Day, the election day? Are you going with Yakubu be the one to be there to make sure that the core member does not collect money from these guys? Or is it that he will be there to make sure that the police that are supposed to guide the processes will not be taking money, or NSCDC, or come to think of it, even the party agents. PDP can buy APC party agent. It is about the money. Natasha is mentioning about, yes, that Nigeria should forget about collecting these monies. That this is 8 years of darkness in Nigeria.
Okay.
We've forgotten that, see, with 5K on election day, this, as in the poor amongst us, we grab that money. Because many persons out there have not even seen bulk 5K.
Things
I don't want to start mentioning communities. There are communities in this country that somebody having 5K at once,
like
our old persons in those communities, if you bring out that money, they will collect it, and come to think of it, they will tell you, Nigeria is too big. Is it my just one vote
that would stop you from winning? Okay.
But based on what Victor,
that's a strong point, Mr. Victor. That's a strong point.
Yeah, based on what he's saying, it almost seems like there's no way forward. But I think there is.
There is.
And honestly, I think Victor and I were having this discussion backstage as well. Poverty has been weaponized in this country. We were talking about why certain things will not be fostered, especially here in our river state. Businesses, grants, why grants will not be given to help SMEs. Poverty has been weaponized. So are we saying that just because a lot of the people in our village or in our communities, if they say 5,000 naira, that maybe they haven't seen in the whole of the year in bulk one time, you know, if they won't take it just because it's just one vote and all that, I think that this is the time that I think that NGOs rallying together for reorientation as regards 2023 elections. I think this is the time that we have to go to the nooks and crannies of Nigeria to make these people understand that this 5,000 that looks like it is big in your eye, madam, if everything, if we put the right people in place, madam, there's a possibility that we can be able to create something called social security number or whatever that we can be using to empower you with 10K per month. I think it's all about reorientation. Okay. Going to this village, speak their dialect.
Because poverty has seemed to eating up the mind of this person.
And we can't blame them. You need money to survive. You need money to feed. We can't blame them. But I'm saying that it's not a total case loss for us, right? Okay. And especially now, so for all of us who have our candidates, especially those candidates that seem to be coherent, we should do the personal evangelism wherever we go. Okay. With your mechanic, with your carpenter, with your electrician, whoever, in where this December as we're going to maybe our villages for Christmas. Do the needful.
We'll start the campaign ourselves.
Reorientate people. Okay. It's not about the 5,000 now. You see, you have 5 children, madam.
5 children last you for a week.
2 out of those 5 children, if we put in the right government in place, 2, they can be able to get access to scholarship now and go to secondary school. Madam, see brother, Oga, see brother.
Okay.
I think that's my point. And INEC might not be able to do it all. I mean, reorientation in this country has, like, we have a lot of work to do because, I mean, there's the police force as well, right? That we have to tell Oga, that's 20K you want to take now, calm down and ensure that these things happen rightly. The core member, are you even patriotic enough to see that it's Nigerian for all of us. And also, you that have not been able to jackpot that 20K that they want to give you, how much is it going to last you? You might come out of the whole INEC process and still not get a job if we put the wrong person there.
Okay.
It's time for everybody to be woke. I hope that the viewers understand it. But still, there has been this thing going on social media, and I don't know why INEC hasn't looked into it, and I don't know why it's not something that we're looking forward to doing. A lot of owners of certain tech startups, they've said that they're willing to supply drones for surveillance. They've said that they're willing to supply CCTVs in various centers. We've even had certain foreign people wanting to even put in support for that kind of thing to happen, where people can be able to have live feeds on their phones. And they're posting real time. This is what is happening at my unit. This is what is happening at my location. So everybody's aware. I don't know why INEC hasn't woken up to that yet.
Okay. See, yes, you made some cool points, like mentioning the NGOs, go out and talk to people and all that. See, talk is cheap. Okay? Hunger is a bastard.
Honestly, though, yeah.
Because these guys, just imagine now, you are hungry. Okay? You are deep inside the belly of the shadow of hunger. Hunger is dealing with you right now. My brother, you might not even care the kind of delicacy that they will pass for you. Maybe you don't eat okra, but that hunger is dealing with you.
Mr. Victor.
You carry that okra and eat too.
Mr. Victor, well, like,
are you getting?
Like Mr. said, it's actually not really a case closed. Yeah, it's case case finished, but not case closed.
See, to some extent, it's case closed for me, for people. What we just need to do right now is let the elections be credible first. Let it be that, and even if they bought their vote, let it just be that it also counted. Why am I saying this? For instance, in Imo State, let's take a very short case study now. Imo State. Imo State have voted for PDP, and they voted for APC, right? So when you go to Imo State and tell them, see, don't buy your vote from anybody. Go and vote a candidate. Now they'll be like, we've tested the two coins, the two sides of these coins, and nothing came out. I beg, this time around, let me fight this hunger that is holding me. After all, before now, they did not give me anything. I voted. In fact, they will now tell you that the politicians, all the whole politicians are the same. Okay, look at what is even happening from almost all political parties.
Well, now they have a different party right now.
Issues every year. Labour, PDP, APC, all of them.
But they now have a different party from the ones they are used to.
Like what? Like which party? Like Labour Party?
Yeah.
Labour Party that. Oh, don't push me.
Come on now.
Allow you to
we have to go there. We have to go there. The usual everybody knows is either APC or PDP.
Now the same Labour Party that people are saying that they are from PDP, that once they win, they might go back to the PDP.
How certain are they?
Oh, but if you check,
those are mere speculation.
Okay, should I start counting? Oh no, I will not mention names here. I mean some persons that I know that are flag bearers.
Okay.
That I know that they are from the PDP. I'm not trying to wash down on Labour Party, but these are will I say insinuations in the streets. Okay, so let's not just keep it there. At the end of the day, you find out that politicians are still politicians.
Okay. And Nigerians are still Nigerians, and Nigerians, we have the power to vote and vote right. So please, 5,000 is not enough, 20,000 is not enough.
Exactly.
When you see those empowerment forms, please, I would have loved to say tier the forms, but then if they're giving you 30,000 naira, is there a way that you can still take that money and still vote right?
See, for the fact that Meke called that 200,000 persons to come and become special, they knew what they were coming for.
Please, we have just one Nigeria, one 2023 that determines the whole lot.
Hunger.
Please.
All right.
Please.
We'll go on a break right now. I will return. More discussions coming your way. Please stay tuned.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
Okay, you are welcome back from that short break, and still in the newspaper review for today. We'll be taking a look now, lastly, at the Vanguard newspaper, where we have some other interesting headlines. Here on page 5 of the Vanguard, we have petrol. NNPC slashes price for marketers to ease scarcity. Petrol. NNPC slashes price for marketers to ease scarcity. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. On page 6, we have killers of Uniloring students to die by hanging. Killers of Uniloring students to die by hanging. That's on page 6 of the Vanguard. On page 36, we have hitches. Low turnout, mark collection of PVCs. Hitches, low turnout, mark collection of PVCs. That's on page 36. On page 13, we have Tinubu vows to eliminate kidnappers and killers. I'll turn Nigeria to producing nation, according to Obi. Atiku promises to revamp economy. Okay, promises coming from the page 13 of the Vanguard. On page 11, we have attacks on INEC offices. IPOB distances self, blames federal government. Attacks on INEC offices. IPOB distances self, blames federal government. That's on page 11 of the Vanguard. On page 19, we have Nigeria's oil output rises 17% to 1.2 megabarrel per day. That's according to OPEC on page 19. On page 12 of the Vanguard, other than Ayu must go. No personal issues with Atiku. According to Wiki on page 12, other than Ayu must go. No personal issues with Atiku. That's Wiki saying on page 12. On page 8 of the Vanguard, we have 9 posts. Cartel colluded to embezzle stamp duty funds. Cartel colluded to embezzle stamp duty funds, according to Presidency on page 8. And lastly, in the Vanguard for today, on page 12 again, we have NDDC. Senate begins screening of Onochie and 14 others. NDDC, Senate begins screening of Onochie and 14 others. That's on page 12. Okay, that's the much you can take in the Vanguard for today. You want more details of the headlines you heard? Get a copy of the Vanguard and other papers for yourself. Okay, too many interesting headlines here for us to talk about, but we'll be handling the one on page 5. Ms. Natasha Brown, I have to start with you again. Petrol, NNPC slashes price for marketers to ease scarcity. How do you react to this?
Oof, a breather.
Okay.
Hopefully, it actually does happen the way they said it will happen, because sometimes NNPC says a thing and then it seems like in this country, it seems like nobody listens to anybody. People just do as they please. But anyway, prior to now, I know that the marketers had said that, private depots, they had increased, prices, on their products. That was why they themselves as well, increased their prices, all logistics and all of that added to the product. That's why we're buying it for over 240 per liter, 260 per liter. But now that NNPC is saying they're slashing prices so that the marketers can be able to get these products to us at an affordable cost. I think it is something that I look forward to come Christmas, because this has been an ongoing thing every other Christmas. I don't know if it's the cost of, I don't know. It just seems to happen every other Christmas period.
Whenever the Christmas is approaching, you see.
And some people were insinuating that it's a religious type of bias, but anyway, I don't think so. But at the end of the day, this is a welcome thing, and I hope that it actually plays out the way that they're promising us that it will play out. Yeah.
So Victor, please react to this, please.
Well, just like Natasha said, it's very unfortunate that this happens during the Christmas season. And we cannot take it away. This is the most traveled month in the country, if not even in the world. Okay.
Traveling activities.
Okay. So, and we know that Nigerians are really going through a lot right now. Why then putting more
hardship,
more darkness,
wickedness
on the people? Okay, people are even right now, I don't know, traveling right now is grace of God.
It's luxury.
Okay, people want to eat rice. Rice is just the number one thing now. Look at the cost of.
If you have a bag of rice in your house now, you must be a ritualist right now. I think that's the trending thing. I have a bag of rice, you're a ritualist.
So it's that shows you how insensitive our government. Why now? Why now, you ask? So a tough time for us. Or are you going to talk about train? You cannot try it.
Security?
Especially we in the southern part of the country, we don't have it.
Yeah.
We talk about airlines.
Exorbitant.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Crazy times.
It's really, before now, an average Nigerian, a middle class can go to the holiday or go to the UK or or the UAE just for Christmas holiday. But now you just have to be rich before you start taking about
it is a scary time, and I hope that this slash in product price will affect our aviation field. This is going to do that, right? Because I need that aviation money, cost of flying to be slashed.
Okay.
Like, I mean, right now you're paying close to 150, if not more, just traveling to Lagos here, Abuja. Like, come on.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Thank you for coming. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sasha Brown.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you, my wonderful viewers, for staying faithful to your screen up until this time. Without you, we would not be here. But this is the end of the newspaper review for today. Thank you for watching. And please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. And after subscribing, turn on your notification bell so you get notified when we come online and drop our new videos. Do want to check us out on all our social media platforms. Check us out on YouTube. We are TAF TV on YouTube. On Instagram, we are TAF TV_NG. On Facebook, we are TAF TV. And on Twitter, we are TAF TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius. And I'm saying bye-bye for now until I come here again next time to enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.
You forgot.